October 20th, 2014 in Mooresville, North Carolina with P&A Fabrication Strategic Planning Session. We're at the pit experience and watching these guys shine like the stars they are as they put these tires on these cars. The pit experience illustrates all of the concepts of lean, teamwork, communication, management, all right here on pit lane. These guys have learned all of the different positions. They've cross-laned into being a tire carrier, a tire changer, a jack man, and they have come together as a group, and they've gone from doing pit stops that were over 3 minutes long, and they've gotten them down to around a minute now, just because they've communicated, they've been educated, and they've gotten some extra training throughout the day from their pit crew coaches.
Today was a fantastic day. What I got personally out of the pit was putting myself in the shoes of some of our employees, the cross training. When I had to go from one job to the other, I wasn't a little bit nervous, I was actually a little bit scared about it and really didn't want to jump from one job to the next. So when I put myself in that position, I got to think about other people being put in that position as well.
I've done a lot of leadership training, and this was by far the best event I've ever been a part of. It was fun, it was a great environment, but there were a lot of really good teachable lessons that could apply to probably any business, definitely ours. The thing that I connected with my development from before, what I've been working on, was objective accountability, holding people objective to a standard, setting a standard, and then actually having the tough conversation when somebody's not meeting it. The other thing was competition, that the carrot and stick approach to motivate is not the best way. The best way is competition. What we had here were two teams. We were trying to beat not only our time, but really their time. That was what was driving us to try to do our best. And if you can figure out how to do that with your employees, I think that's going to be the best thing you could do for helping people meet their goals.
Okay, what I learned today here is that number one, I don't need to be a tire changer. Number two, it was a lot of fun. Number three, I'll follow back up on a quote that I saw in the airport, is the most powerful thing that an idea, a great idea is the most powerful thing, but a thing that there is. However, the team to implement it is even more powerful. And what you saw today was we started out very, very bad, and we got better. And that's the way I look at it from a team standpoint, is that sometimes we miscommunicate even though we mean to not miscommunicate, but somehow we end up as a team and somehow we end up meeting our goals. And my legacy that I would like to leave from P&A is that these young guys, if they'll just ask me, I'll try to help them any way I can, and I want to make sure that the power of that team is the same when I'm out of here as it is today.
So my takeaway today working with the pit is looking at how housekeeping and safety correlate together and how we need to bring all of our individuals in to understand that housekeeping is number one, and housekeeping will help us with efficiency and help us reach our ultimate goals.
What I enjoyed about the pit experience more than anything else was seeing how important standard work was. Because without standard work, you can't measure your performance, you can't coach, You can't have people be accountable for what they do. It all starts with standard work, and that's just the very beginning. The other thing is you see all of the lean tools being used here in pit training. So each one of the tools that you see, you can apply them to the right situation, and it's just a beautiful demonstration of how a good team comes together and pulls something that's really spectacular off.
What I learned today at the pit that I would like to take back to Roxborough and P&A with me is how important it is to work with a team and to be honest and candid with each other so that you can all rely on each other together.
You know, I'm not an employee of P&A, and this week or this day and hopefully this week gives me the opportunity to bond and team build with guys that work at P&A, which I think is very important. One of the things that I took away from today's training is the, situations where you went out and did a pit stop, you came back, and then they put obstacles in your way. And you had to overcome as a team those obstacles. And then you came back, and then we went through doing a different job than you had done the first couple of times. And what that does is it gives me as a manager or as an executive an understanding of what the folks go through when you ask them to do team building, when you ask them to do cross training, when you put or when they have an obstacle in their way. And I mean, what today, in my opinion, has done is giving me a very good perspective of what I might ask an associate to do from the standpoint of a new job or from the standpoint of a obstacle, and what I need to be doing to try to facilitate their success. That's what I took away from today's training.
There's a couple of nuggets I took away from the day that I really think we need to spend some time developing and furthering our culture. One is success breeds success. We really need to find the wins, the victories, not just the big ones, the milestones, the ones interdepartmental, and we need to celebrate them. Now, coming from me, as you all know, I'm probably the worst to do this, but it was awakening for me to say, I even need to do it better. I'm asking for your help so that we can all do it better, because winning breeds winning, and that's the culture we want, is winning. Second thing, in the racing industry, if you notice, the amount of cars finishing improved significantly over the years, and in doing so, the amount that didn't finish due to mechanical problems decreased significantly. That just builds to we need to continue to invest through lean operational efficiency of our equipment, upgrading our equipment and everything else to de-skill the jobs, to give our people the chance so that they can succeed on a global basis.
Personally, what I learned at the pit today is if you ain't first, you're last. Cut. That was good.